What's up, guys? Man, I just finished Good to Great by Jim Collins, and it's a fantastic book on multiple levels, highly recommended. But it's awesome because it talks about, on multiple different levels, what it takes to become a great company, but it also reflects on the individual, what it takes to become a great individual, what it takes to go from mediocrity, from being good, of good enough, to becoming exceptional, becoming excellent. And everyone always thinks that like there are certain things you have to do in order to become great, and that's true, but there's also the flip side of that. There's something more than just doing things, and it's knowing what not to do. And this is something that I'm extremely guilty of because me personally, I'm extremely ambitious, so there are always like 100 things I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to learn German, I'm trying to read 4 different books at the same time, I'm trying to work out all the time, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to lead that, I'm trying to start this. It's just too much. And what Jim Collins said was that great companies, truly exceptional companies, figured out not only what they needed to do, but also what they needed to stop doing. And one of the most surprising parts that he mentioned was that companies, and this is so counterintuitive to what we think, but like companies, even if they're doing something that's going well, even if it's succeeding, even if it's growing, they'll cut it out if they can't be the best in the world at it. Even if something is doing extremely well by any standard, they'll cut it out if they don't think it has a future. So you might be good at math, you might have gotten straight A's in high school, and you might even be getting straight A's in college now. But there's always going to be that one guy who finishes a test in like 30 minutes and still gets straight A's, right? He's a mathematician. He's the one who's gonna be the best in the world. You might go on and persevere and be closed-minded and think like, oh, I just have to like persevere through this. And you might become a mathematician anyway, but you will never become the best mathematician. You will never be a great mathematician. At best, you'll be a good mathematician. And that's what he preaches against. He preaches against doing what we can only be good at. He says cut out all the fat in your life, all the things that are just average, things that are just good or even very good. Even if you're doing well with it, cut it out if it can't be what you're the best at. And it actually makes perfect sense when you think about it, because it's the same thing with investing too. Like Warren Buffett said, diversification is only protection against ignorance. To be really successful in life, you have to look, whether it's investing or anything, you have to look at a portfolio of options and then look at each one individually and say, what is my return on, per one unit of effort here? If I put in effort here, what's my return? Versus if I put it in here, what's my return? You might be getting positive returns for both, but one's gonna yield a much higher return than the other one. And that's the one we should be focusing on. So look at the things you're doing in your life and ask, is this really worth doing what I'm doing? Not is it giving me a return, because it might, but is it actually giving me the best return on my time, on my effort? Because effort you can always reapply, but time you don't get back. There's no point in wasting time on stuff that you don't care, that you're not extremely passionate about. But even if you buy into all that, you're still kind of left hanging because you don't know exactly what you should be doing. Because I know for me at least, I honestly don't know myself well enough at this point even to say that yes, this is what I'm incredibly passionate about and this is what I want to have a singular focus on. And Jim Collins actually addresses that. A student came up to him and was like, what if I just want to be successful? What if I don't want to be great? And he said this: indeed, the real question is not why greatness, but what work makes you feel compelled to try to create greatness. If you have to ask the question, why should we make it great, isn't success enough, then you're probably engaged in the wrong line of work. So figure out what you're insanely passionate about to the extent that you want to make it great for its own sake, even if no one else offered any incentives, that you be making it great for its own sake. Once you figure that out, get rid of everything else, especially if it's not giving you a return, but even if it is giving you a return, even if it is working, even if it is growing, get rid of it. We don't have time for that. Focus on what you're extremely passionate about, what's giving you the best return. And if you do that, you'll be extremely successful. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't see last week's video, you can check it out in this corner. That's the right corner. Reading Good to Great has been absolutely fantastic. I strongly recommend that you guys read. It's fantastic from a business perspective, but then also from an individual perspective. If you like this video, if you got something out of it, please feel free to like it, share it, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever. It's all about getting the information, that knowledge out there. If there's anything you want me to talk about, feel free to just comment down below. But past that, guys, again, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one. Live your dreams.